Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. It is Just Cause
13 laps
here
in stage 1.
today, as I haven't even gotten an invite. I don't know why you're telling me 14 laps in stage 1. Oh my god. Okay, well, tonight, big night tonight, we got the championship race, the championship 4. We'll battle it out here in a iconic, not really, well, I shouldn't say iconic, because we don't know what the race is going to race like yet, but a intense race here at Michigan. Michigan's going to be hosting the championship race tonight, so it should be fun. As we are loading into the lobby, we're about to hit our first tweet. I gotta first tweet out this thing. Where's Twitter? Come on. Championship race.
Probably would have made it too if you raced.
Here we go. Green flag in the air, kicking off the championship race here at Michigan, heading into turn 1. 24 on that inside, getting help from the 7. 7 car to the rear bumper of the 24. 6 on the outside of the 7. Through 3 and 4 down the back straightaway they go. 24 is going to go to the high side, down the back straightaway, get that draft from the 6. 6 cars got the run. Side by side for P2 behind him. 7 car is going to drive it to the inside. He's going to go to the inside. Battle for the lead. 24 and the 7 side by side. Here we go, coming to the line. Who's going to lead the first lap? 24. 24 is going to lead lap 1. As here comes our other commentator, as he is very late to the booth. It's going to be K, Harvick fan. He's going to be in the booth with us. He is very late. Had to, I heard he, ironing his tie took him a little bit too long. So, 7's up front, 6 is behind him, 88's in P3, so 3 championship contenders right there, first, second, and third here. As there is K Harvick fan, he's up here. He's a little bit late because he is ironing his tie. It took him a little bit too long. So you know he's up in the booth here. Harvick, you got a copy? Okay, he's gonna. We gotta fix his. We gotta fix up. We had to fix up his microphone real quick. Gotta get his microphone together and everything. So he'll be taking a minute. But here we go, the 7 and the 6. 6 car out front of B13. He's up front in the lead, championship contender. Up front, the top 3 is full of nothing but championship contenders. It's the 8 cars currently the lowest of the championship 4. Currently battling with the 43 and the 4. 88's going to go to the inside of the 6. Here we go. Down to the back straightaway. 6. 88. Oh, 6 makes contact with the 7. 7. Oh. 24 comes up, kills the 7. Oh, 24 is also around. Is this going to be a caution?
Yeah, that one's on you, Colin.
Oh no, the caution is not out, but I'm suspecting a manual will be.
As you were coming up.
As I think a manual will be called here. Yep, and it is. Manual caution's out. Here at Michigan, first caution of the championship race. So.
No, you did.
So. It's going to be interesting to see the pit stops here today.
By the way, Mark.
So far, looking at it, one championship contender in that wreck was the 7. So, pretty interesting start to the race here.
Alright, loading the game up now.
So, we're going to see what happens here throughout this
Come on,
race.
why is my Xbox ring
We're going to come down pit road any moment now.
Alright, Alex. And as soon as I open this Coca-Cola, I'll be good.
Okay. So real quick, boop. And there we go. Just to put in chat real quick. As Harvick is in the booth, you can hear the crack of his Coca-Cola can.
Gotta get that pre-race drink, man.
You gotta get that pre-race drink as he is in
drip.
the booth now. Marcel, how many laps to go do we have? 9 to go.
When we hit the green.
When you guys go green, it's 9. Okay.
Talladega.
Might be 8.
Not Talladega, what is wrong with me?
The 8.
Just
Okay.
trying to get my pit stop in, sorry.
Okay, well, pit stops are happening as they're coming out. The 88's gonna beat the 6 out of pit road, and this is gonna be the first one off.
Weird.
So, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens here.
Somebody's speaker that come in late.
Harvick, are you in the race?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, let me turn down my Twitch thing down. I have my Twitch audio to make sure I can hear audio through the stream. There we go. Okay. So, 88's out front in P1. P2 is going to be the 6 B13. 2 championship contenders on the front row. The 4 of Marcel there in P3. P4 is going to be another championship contender in the 8. P5 is going to go to the 43. P6 is the 41. 14 is P7. P8 is going to go to the 48. P9's championship contender, the 7 of Who Dat Nation. And then the 24 is going to round out the top 10. So 10 cars in this race, this championship race tonight. As we're going to be rolling off here anytime soon. We're coming to the restart box. As Harvick, as we're coming to this restart box, what is the plan here for the rest of stage number 1 here, as it's the championship race?
I mean, obviously you got to be smooth, especially for these championship guys. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. We've already seen one in trouble so far, being caught up in that wreck. Best thing right now is just, especially if you're a little bit further back, try to get yourself back up front as we head to green.
Yeah, as we're green flag, 88 got a good start there. Good push by the 4. 6 car might try to get into the inside, but the 43 is going to say no. Currently, the 88 is currently the championship leader as he's up front. The custom cars, just to let everybody out there know, the custom cars are the championship cars that people are racing tonight that are in the championship. It's the 88 out front. The 8 car is going to battle for P3 here with the 43. He's going to try and clear, and he will. So the 8 car is going to go to 3rd place. 2nd place is that 4 of Marcel there through the front straightaway. 88 got 7 laps to go here in stage number 1. 8 car looking to the outside. He's going to go to the inside. 4 car checked up a lot. Through 1 and 2. 8 car is going to hold that yellow line. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. 4 cars got the draft. He's going to get more of the run here down the back straightaway than the 8. 8's going to tuck back in line. 4 cars going to look to the inside of the 88. Oh, 88 with a surge on that outside. 8 car looking to the inside of the 4. 7 cars creeping into this battle as well. So, off of turn number 4, 88's out front, coming to 6 laps remaining in stage number 1. Hard.
And you look at the way this pack is racing. First of all, I want to point out, yeah, we got 4 drivers racing for championship, but these other guys have come here to race too. They haven't forgotten the point. Yeah, we didn't make the championship, but I still want to go out on. I still want to win the race. I still want to win the last race of the season, roll off some momentum. Nice way to end off the season. Maybe a little bit of a type of thing where, hey, I should have been here for a championship, and I wasn't, and I'm going to prove my speed. Guys like the 4 and the 43, both of those guys have been up here. So, really good runs for those guys. But yeah, obviously the 88 leads the championship right now. And if you've noticed the way the race is playing out, we start to spread out a little bit now as this run goes on. But it races a lot, and someone's, oh, pass for the lead, possibly. He's peeking.
No,
In
88.
contact!
Oh, seven's around. Seven's around.
Championship contenders get together. That might not go over well.
Yeah,
Under 5 to
looked
go.
like the 6 and the 7 is just under 5 to go. 7 hit that apron right there, and it spun like a top. The 7 and the 6, two championship contenders with troubles early on in the race. But right now, up front is the 88 of Gist and the 8 of Hunter Boy, two championship contenders. Remember, stage 1 and 2, in my opinion, is basically the setup part of the race. To get your setups in, see what's best for your car. You know, winning the stages aren't going to really help you that much, or not even at all. It's just going to help you in the stat book right now. So the 8 car is going to go. Is he going to clear that 8? Yes, he will. The 8 of Hunter Boy, the P1 now. As, like I was saying, it's basically a setup. You got to put in that setup to make your car faster. And if you need any adjustments before stage 3, you better make them in stage 2 or at the end of stage 1 here, because you don't know when the caution will happen. So we got 3 to go.
We do 3 to go on stage 1. Now you mentioned it. These are sort of like test sessions, but at the same time, you don't want to get yourself behind the 8 ball early on, because you do still have to drive back through the field. We've already seen a couple guys have trouble. We saw more there. You don't want to be doing that, even though the first 2 stages, truthfully, they don't matter. If you're on the championship 4, they do matter in the sense of your ego and mentality throughout the rest of the race, because you still have to keep your mindset right and you still have to keep your head on straight. Well, if you get caught up in an incident, that's probably going to irritate you a little bit, and then that ultimately throws your game off and your driving off. And in a championship race like this, you have to be on your games. I just saw either somebody slam the wall or my game just lagged. Heat 5, gotta love it.
The wall. I don't see anybody. Oh, the 4. Oh. Oh, how many cars are doing the Macarena under there? Oh, God. As they all save it. As the 88 going low to the 8 car here. How many we're coming up on?
I'm the 1 to go.
We're coming the 1 to go here in stage number 1. We got the 8 and the 88 battling for the lead here. Here we go. 1 to go in stage number 1. Through turns 1 and 2.
All the 8 cars at the front of the
88
field.
on the middle. Yeah, 8 and 88 up front. See who's going to win stage number 1. 8 cars got a big lead. He's going to break the draft down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4 here. See who's going to win stage number 1. It's not going to matter for either one of them. But through 3 and 4.
8 can get off clean. Looks like he will. He's going to take it.
Yep. 8 of Hunter Boy is going to win stage number 1 in Michigan.
Kind of snuck it away a little bit later from the 88. 88 looked like he was going to win it, and then 8 all of a sudden kind of showed up on the scene and said, no, 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 no. I want this. And just kind of went around. And you'll see that here. You'll see guys lead a little while and stay up front. And then, you know, because of the draft effects here, I was going to bring this up earlier, this place sort of races like a Talladega if you had to let off the throttle. Maybe you compare it more to Atlanta with a tire wear. But it's very, again, very, very draft oriented. You do have to let off the throttle. The corner's nowhere near as high banked as Daytona, or sorry, not Daytona, Talladega, or even Atlanta. It's only about 18 degrees worth of banking here, so in order to keep the car from headed up towards the wall, you do have to back off, and that also creates passing opportunities and a little bit more ways to manipulate the draft. So you'll see passing like that, and you also get the factor too of, even though you're not off throttle a whole lot, if you can be off throttle just a little bit less time than the other guy, you'll gain that way too. A lot of ways to gain time here.
Here we go. Beginning of stage number 2. 8 of Hunter Boy on the inside. 4 of Marcel on the outside. Green flag out here. 12 laps here in stage number 2. 8 car on that bottom. 88's coming, so the 4 car's not going to be able to squeeze in. 88 looking to get to the rear bumper of the 8. 14's also on that inside. 4 car going way wide in turn 1. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. 88's going to peek to the outside. 8 car's going to close. 14's going to go to the inside of the 88. Down the back straightaway they go. 8 car out front. Going through 3 and 4. He hits the apron. He's going to slide up a little bit. 14, 88 still side by side for that second position. Down the front straightaway through the tri-oval. And the 8 car is going to lead lap 1 here in stage number 2. As the 41, oh, the 14's going to the back, I think. But the 41 going to the inside of 88. Oh, he's going to let off a little bit there. 88 almost close the nose a little bit right there. Down the back straightaway. 88's got the draft of the 8. He's going to get a little bit of a run here. He's going to peek to the inside. He's going to push him. No, he's going to push him here through 3 and 4. 88's going to almost get there. But the 8 car is going to hold him off just a little bit as the 8 of Hunter Boy is out front. Now, Harvick, stage number 2, a little bit shorter. We had a 14-lap stage there in stage 1. 12 laps here. What is the strategy currently?
Keep your stuff on. I don't know that you have to pit here. I think the fuel window is around 12 or 14. It's somewhere in that area, so you should be good to go. This track doesn't destroy tires too badly. That shouldn't be a huge problem, but oh, we're going to be a lap short, Alex. So, that changes things a little bit. Save, save, save. You need to save a lap of fuel. You don't want to have to go down pit road. Even though pit road speed is pretty fast here, about 55 miles an hour, still, it's a very long pit road, and anytime you can keep underneath of you, especially setting up for this third and final stage, which ultimately for these Championship 4 is the money stage. You gotta make sure you set yourself up well, don't get lapped, anything of that sort. Speaking of setting yourself up, keep an eye on the 6 and the 7. Remember, those guys wrecked each other and got into one another towards the end of stage 1 there. And now, as we head in here, they're trying to make their way back up through the field as well, and again, give themselves a shot at the stage win and later on a championship.
So my question is, who do you feel like is going to be that first car to save some fuel here, Harvick?
Well, based on what I know the 88 has for speed and where he had kind of fallen to, my guess would be that 88 is actually probably saving fuel back here in the draft right now where he sits.
Could be. Remember, it's also a good thing if you know setup-wise. A certain amount of tape actually kind of helps you save fuel here. It would probably be high 40s, probably about 50 tape it takes right there to just save some fuel. You know, it takes that much, but it does make your car a little bit slower and a little bit tighter than it should be. But right now the 88 just took the lead from the 8 as the 7 is also made his way to P3 and the 6 is in P4. All of our championship 4 are in the top 4 here in the race. 88, 6, 7, and the 6.
Oh, definitely, and I'm wondering now what the 88's doing too, or sorry, not the 88, the 8. The 88 you saw took the lead back over, maybe the 8 now dropping back or something to start saving fuel, or maybe he just genuinely lost it, but I have a funny feeling it has to do more with saving the fuel. You need it to get to the end of the stage. Again, even though the stages don't matter for this championship 4, you don't want to have to go down pit road at the end of this thing and risk losing a lap. And ultimately, the big test for them too is going to be if you can't make it to the end of the stage, you have to be able to catch that before you get within 2 to go. Because if not, you'll get an extra penalty when you come into the pits, which could cause you to lose a lap there. Typically, you can pit here and just barely stay on the lead lap because of how large the track is. But it's pretty close. And if you get that penalty, you're definitely going to lose a lap. If you lose a lap and you're one of those Championship 4 headed into Stage 3, you don't want to do that. You're not going to set yourself up well. If you're lucky enough to get the free pass, you'll still have to restart at the tail end of the field and have to work your way back up through traffic. So try to save fuel if you can get to the end of the stage. If you cannot, make sure you catch it before the leader hits 2 to go, so at least you can come in and pit and not have to worry about getting an extra 15-second penalty, because we all know those are miserable stops.
Yeah, those are miserable. I think I saw a couple cars right there signal, so we might be having some pit stops coming up here. As I think, oh yeah, the 7 and the 6 are coming down this time.
Your
Championship contenders coming down here in stage number 2. Now my question is, 88 and the 8, are they saving? Can they save enough to put at least one of them a lap down here?
I think that's a big question mark right now. I would say, oh, I think I heard yes. But it's interesting because I've noticed something, Alex. I don't know if you've kind of caught on to this. We have another one of our championship contenders headed in.
Yeah, I think both the 8 and the 88 signaled down pit road. I'm not sure if the 8 signaled. Oh no, he's coming down. So both the championship contenders and the leaders are coming down.
So
8
nobody.
and the 88, they came in. They came in side by side. Bravo to that 8 car. He was behind the 88 coming in. And now he got himself to where he's side by side with the 88 now. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see who's the first one that comes off.
I did see, I believe, 2 cars still out on the racetrack that have not pitted yet. I don't know who those were. I did see 2 cars, though, bypass the pit entry, so. Well, those were the 6 and the 7, but I don't believe that was who that was.
Quick stop by the 8
trouble!
and the 88.
Somebody slid, unless that was lag again. It very well might be, but somebody just did the 4-wheel slide out of the pits.
That would be the 88 and the 8, the animation of them coming out of pit road. So, the 8 and the 88, short stops, by the way. Have to mention that. I think they were some fuel only, maybe a 2-tire stop there for both the 8 and the 88. So, setting themselves up to have another battle here in stage number 2 to see who's going to come home with the stage win. How many do we have to go, Caleb?
Oh boy, that went by quick.
Just to confirm, the 88 is the leader, right?
41 is the
41.
Oh,
I remember I said there was 2 cars that stayed on the racetrack. 41 is probably one of those guys. Question is for him, he's not a championship contender, so he can gamble a little bit, right? Can he make it to the end of the stage? They were about a lap short, so he's going to take the white flag here probably with no issue. Question is, can he make it back around to the green and white checkered?
Here's my. I think he just took the white flag in stage number 2.
backstretch for the white flag.
Oh wait, you're coming or he's on the white flag?
He's on the white flag.
He's on the white flag, coming down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. As it looks like the 41 might do it. As he is sputtering, it looks like. As the 41 gonna win stage number 2 here in Michigan.
On fumes, might I add. And here come your championship leaders, side by side at the line. No surprise.
Little Bean and Bang in there coming to the line.
Oh, friendly.
Are we sure? Hold on. Are we sure? Caleb, you told me the 41 was. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Okay, it was the 41, okay. I thought, because I saw the 24 slow and running a perfect line, I thought, oh, hold on, I thought the 24 was the leader. But, 41, we can confirm, is the stage 2 winner here in Michigan, is now. All the marbles are on the table for this championship. The 88, the 8, the 6, and the 7 will fight here in stage number 3. For the championship here.
Absolutely. This thing's going to contain a pit stop at least. Yes, it will. It sounds like 18 laps. We'll get that official once we hit the line and it gives that information. But should be 18 laps. They're going to have to pit at least once. It'll actually only be once unless caution comes out. Be smooth. This is the big moment. You can't make any mistakes. We've seen a few of these guys make that happen earlier in the stages. Hopefully they've gotten it all out of their system, Alex.
Well, here we go. Green flag here. It's the 18 laps remaining, so we will have a pit stop. 24 out front, high side Hobie. Getting a push from the 41. 8 car following the 41 here. Down the back straightaway, out of turn number 2. 8 and the 88 side by side. That is the championship battle right now. Down the back straightaway, 41 to the inside of the 24. 88's going to follow. 88's going to push the 41 as the 41 goes to the lead here in Michigan. 88, can he get that run? Can he get to the inside? Oh, the 24 into the wall. Down the front tray, 48 and the 7 make contact. down the front straightaway, 88 on the inside, push from the 8, 41 on the outside. Here comes the 43 of Fat Paladin. Through 1 and 2. The 7 to the inside of the 24. 24. Oh, we're 4 wide here. 5 wide.
Guys, I think the Xbox Series X is somewhere around this racetrack, and everybody wants it because everybody's up front right now.
Wow, they were 5 wide at one point.
Oh, contact!
Wow.
A little bit.
And somehow only one of them wrecked.
None of them did.
One of them got completely murdered, I saw. But 88 and the 8 out front and in the lead as the 7.
16 to go.
16 laps remaining. It's the 7 car battling for 4th place with that 43. Is currently the third highest championship runner. And then dead last currently in that championship is the defending champion, the 6 of B13. I'm kind of surprised. I don't think Michigan is his best track though. He's kind of, I've seen him kind of struggle on a lot of them. A lot of tracks like Michigan. He did win Auto Club though in a thrilling finish. But this 6 car kind of looks like he's struggling right now, Harvick. Harvick, we got one pit stop. What is the strategy here? Do you pit early for the championship, or do you pit late for the championship?
Well, so this is a little bit of an interesting situation. A lot of tracks, it'd be a pretty easy answer. This one, it's still, I would probably lean more towards the short pit, but I'm not 100% sure because you can make the long run work. I've mentioned it. The tires don't really wear all that badly here. Yeah, you lose lap time, but it's not a drastic amount like it would be somewhere at an Atlanta or something along those lines. You hold a pretty consistent lap time after a few laps. So, I mean, honestly, if you're somebody like this 6 car, I'm kind of either looking to pit really early and take either 2 tires or even maybe throw it all on the line and take none because the 6 needs, I think, to do something. He's been the worst car out of the 4 the entire day. He's got to find some way to try to leapfrog these guys and get himself back into this conversation. He wants to go back-to-back on the championships. Could be huge. But I've noticed, too, from the 6, it seems like he's been a little bit off his game maybe the last week or so, last few races. It seemed he just quite hasn't had it. He was pretty good at Richmond, ran about top 3, top 4 most of the race there. But other than that, it seems like he's kind of slipped off where he was a little bit earlier in the season. Still not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he slipped back a little bit. For the rest of these guys, they're all really close to one another. I think for them, it's really just going to be a heads-up battle. I have no idea what they can do. Maybe if you're the 7, you kind of look maybe to the same thing except for the 6. Try to pit a little bit earlier and take some kind of strategy that way. But you could also put on tires too and see what you can come up with on a short pit strategy. There's so many options here. It's really limitless. And with the Championship 4 being right here, I can only guess what they're going to do. It's hard to say.
So the main pit area with when we start with 18 go, like if you get 11 on fuel, so you could pit lap 11 would be the earliest.
If you're gonna pit.
Lap 11 would be a little bit too early, but you know you don't want to go to lap 6. So I thought there is a happy medium here. There was what 18 laps in the stage. You can pit with 9 to go. 9 to go would just split the whole thing in half right now. So currently, I would say try and split the stage in half. Find that medium as car got loose right there, went below the apron. So like the 7, another car going below the apron. I don't know if that's a signal to go down pit road. 8 car is on that line right now, trying to get to the 88. Here we go. We got a car coming down. It's the 4 of Marcel. He is down pit road as up front the 8 and the 88. 1-2 in the championship standings as of right now. Currently battling for the championship. This is about to get good, boys. Because we got one pit stop. And that's all it's going to take. Is we got a couple cars. I think that we got a couple cars signaling.
We're coming around
See
to
if
9
they
to go
can
here, Alex.
come
That would be
down.
that split
Here
right down the
comes.
middle you talked of.
Yeah, 9 to go. Who's coming down? 7 and the 6. Championship contenders are coming down.
And shocker, 88 still on the racetrack. He's probably going to go for his typical, the long run first, short run at the end. We'll see how this works out for him. This is going to be very interesting. Of course, we saw the 4 there, not championship contender, but has had a solid run all day. He led. Oh wait, did he? Hold on.
88 and 8 coming down.
Here they. Oh, okay. I think I said pitted. My bad. Oh yeah, here they go now. So 88 not staying out as long as I would suspect him to. And him and the 8 again, they've been right with each other all evening. And again, seems to be the same way here. They both come down into the pits at the same time. Now we got to keep an eye on everything. We got to keep an eye on the 6 and 7 because those are the 2 that came down first. And I'm interested to see what happens with the 4 here because he was the first out of everyone to come in. And then we got to keep an eye on your other 2 championship contenders. 2 that have been dominating this thing so far, the 8 and the 88.
It's 8 and 88 are in. The 8, interesting fact, the 8 did not get that good of a pit entry as what he was getting, but the 88 got a better one as well and kind of gapped himself a little bit. So it's going to be pretty interesting. The race off pit road as the 88's out, the 8's out as well, as the 88's going to get a big gap here.
We just went by them though. I heard somebody go by full song.
That'd be the 7. 14's in, 48's in a lot of the cars, but I think that was the 7. Yeah, the 7 is out and is about a half a straightaway ahead of the 88. So the 7 is the current championship leader as of right now. He took 2 tires. I am not sure that's the strategy you want to take. 2 tires, unless you save the left side of those tires. I don't think this was a great strategy by the 7 right here, Harvick. What are your thoughts?
You know, I think championship race, he was a little bit behind the other 2. Didn't seem like he maybe had the best car on speed. You know what? Throw something at him that they didn't do. Come in, try to cut off some time in the pits. We'll see what happens. If I come up short, oh well, at least I tried everything. If it's me in that situation, if I know I'm not quite where I need to be on speed, I'm going to be upset with myself if I don't try something different to try to get myself into this thing in a championship. I'm going to be mad later. At least if I go out this way and I don't get it, at least I can say I tried my best and put everything I knew into the car.
Okay, well, how many?
6 to go.
6 laps remaining. Can the 7 hold on for 6 laps?
Now the one thing that seven,
1 and 2.
the one thing the 7's going to have as an advantage, Alex, is once these guys get to him, if he can limit how much draft they're getting off of him, and also try to use the draft that he's getting from those guys running behind him, to kind of get him back up to speed to what they're running, he might be able to use the blocking here. Again, that's kind of one of those things. This place doesn't chew the tires too bad. They will probably level off at some point. I don't know what the 8 and the 88 took. I think they also took 2 though, so be interesting to see how well he does. And also, the one other thing with 2 tires though, and this is could hurt him, is your left side's being worn out. Can make your handling pretty bad, especially in the center of the corners, which could cost you a lot of time. Hopefully he doesn't have that, but right now he's doing a pretty good job, and actually looks like
He has.
might be.
No, here comes the 88,
Well.
Harvick. 88's into the draft, and he's about to get to the rear bumper. That 7 car's been getting tight. Contact!
He's gonna side draft him
88.
hard. Not gonna work.
88's gonna clear.
Now, can the 7 draft back up here though and pull himself back in?
No, I don't think so. He's been getting way too tight. I've been seeing in the middle corners. He just cannot get lower than the 88. 88's can, I think I just saw the 7 get very loose. Yeah, he got very loose there.
So 2 tires.
Yeah, this 8,
Not
2
his
tires
friend.
did not work.
Talked about
Unless
the
the
handling
caution
issues it
comes out.
causes, and you see it right there.
Unless the caution comes out, the 88's about to win his 2nd championship. He won it a couple seasons ago at Auto Club. strangely enough, another 2-mile racetrack. And we all know just here at Michigan, it's you thought in real life Michigan has turned into the Kevin Harvick charity race 500.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
This track here for GIST has been the GIST charity race 500 here at Michigan, and there's no way of stopping them unless a caution comes out. We're coming to 2 laps remaining, I think. Either that or 3 to go. If I can get an update when we hit the line.
2 to go.
2 laps remaining.
So,
Like I said, unless the caution comes out, it's over. The 8 car just passed the 7. The championship 4 are currently 1, 2, 3, and 4.
the only difference is, Alex, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4. Position shows one thing, the racetrack shows another, and that is there's a large gap between these guys, especially the 88. All he has to do is, if he can make it about another set of corners here without seeing a caution, and make it another lap around this 2-mile speedway without making a mistake, or at least nothing too major, as he hits the white flag, he's going to be good to go to take home his 2nd championship.
White flag. One more time around at Michigan. The 88. He's won a lot of races this season, of course. He's going to go down the back straightaway unless something randomly happens. He's got it made. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's gonna do it. He won 2 seasons ago. Season 4 at Auto Club. He won his first championship, and now out of turn number 4, 88's gonna win his 2nd one here in Michigan.
Race winner, but more importantly, the champion. Once again, the 88 dethrones the driver of the 6 and now picks up his 2nd. Man, we had quite a bit. We had side-by-side racing earlier in this race. And then it came down to strategy. Everyone got spread out. The 8 and the 88 looked like the best 2 cars. The 8 messed up pit entry a little bit on the last stop. That was crucial. Then the 88 came out in front, had to chase down the 7, who tried everything he could to do something on the strategy. It worked for a few laps, but eventually handling got too bad on his car. He started to lose the nose in the center of the corner. The 88 was able to get lower. He was also starting to battle a loose condition off. That hurt him even more. 88 was able to get by late and cruise to a very easy, very calm championship. That's one of the nicest things you can do, is when you can soak in the moments, the final moments there. You don't have any pressure from anyone behind you. You can just cruise and be mistake-free, and you'll be good to go to the end. That's what he did, and he did it well.
Your championship winner, the 88 of GIST of my fist, is gonna win the championship here. The first, as far as I know, the first ever 2-time champion. I'm a little on the high side. The first ever 2-time champ is, let's get him in here. He's probably very happy right now.
As he should be.
GIST, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Air.
What a championship. What a win. Just go through your mind when you saw the 7 car out front with those 2 tires.
I've been to enough Michigan races to know that 2 tires with that many laps to go isn't going to work. I get what he was doing, but 2 versus 4, no. It was just hitting my marks and making sure I ran them down fast enough.
Okay. Well, it was a good win. Michigan's always been your racetrack. Give us through your mind on that last pit stop right there. When you gained the ground, you came off ahead of that 8 car, and then you passed the 7. What was going through your mind?
I was actually surprised I beat the 8 car in the pit road, because he beat me earlier and got a good run on me. And I was surprised I got as much to jump as I did, and all that was going through my head was, don't speed, don't speed, don't speed. You always speed, don't speed. And yeah, had a good pit, got the car out there nice and clean, and was able to drive the car off to a 2nd championship.
Yeah, imagine that first 2-time champion in the series. How do you feel?
Feels great, Air. Being the only 2-time champ. It's taken a long time for it to happen, but it was a good race, and I'm so happy to be able to get it done here at Michigan.
Good win. Anything you want to say? Shout out.
Shout out to Nationwide for always being on my side through the playoffs. Team Hendrick, Team Dirty. You know, great season, great racing, and can't wait to see what happens next.
That is going to be your championship winner right there. Just of my fist. Winner and champion here in season number 6. Championship, final race of the season. Harvick, your thoughts? You only came in and commentated the All-Star race with me, and then you only commentated last week with me, and then tonight. Give us the rundown of the 5 or 6 races that you have done with us here on Highside this season.
Well, they've all been great, and they've all had a little bit of everything. And even I know I wasn't here all the time, but I also saw quite a few. What was it, 2 or 3 races you guys had almost back to back, where I mean it was neck and neck at the line. So great racing throughout the season, and what that means is you guys have a lot of talented drivers in this field and throughout this field that can compete with each other. I saw one of the best preset races at Kansas I've ever seen. Usually that place is a one-groove racetrack. You run the high side up by the wall. Occasionally, if you can get enough draft, you might be able to just dive it into the middle lane and then side draft the crap out of the person you're trying to race that's up on the high side and just maybe pull enough off the corner to where you can race them and continue to side draft them going into the next corner. But usually it takes about a half a lap just to make a pass if you're even able to put yourself in position. The race I saw at Kansas, though, there was 2 and 3 wide racing. I saw every lane work. I mean, you don't see that often. I know that was the All-Star race, but I mean that was impressive. The Atlanta race I saw was really entertaining. We had a lot going on there. When I called Richmond, that was fun. There's so many great races that I've called and that I've seen, and it's amazing. And congrats to the 88. But he didn't have it easy. He looked like the best car. He's done that quite a few times, but he's had to work for it. The 8 really came on strong late in the season. The 6 has had a lot of speed throughout, and there's been a few others in there as well. The 43, I do feel bad for the 43 because I wonder how his season would have ended up if he wasn't, or if he was able to finish Richmond. He was running very well and had some mechanical issues later that prevented him from finishing that race. But that's one question mark I've had. But either way, congrats to all the Championship 4 on putting up a great effort tonight. They all did a great job. We had side-by-side racing early on here, and then it came down to strategy. It's nice when races get both of those things combined into one race. So 88 came out on top. He did a great job all season, picked up many wins, and ultimately he comes up as your race winner for the final time of the season and your champion.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta end it off then. Guess I gotta end it out with my season. My season from commentating in the booth. It was a great season. We started out with Dirty. Shout out to Dirty. We started out with Dirty, and me and Dirty were developing a good chemistry with a 2-man booth here. And then he had to leave mid-season to do his thing with his job and everything. And I miss Dirty, and then there was an influx where I had to commentate by myself for about a stretch of the season, and then of course Harvick came in during those final weeks and the final races to help me here, which I thank him very much. It also helps us kind of develop something for the Red Hot Racing League, as well as I'm going to be commenting that, as well as SXRL coming soon. So, well, yeah, it's going to be fun. It was a fun season. You know, I saw a lot of winners, saw a lot of people had a lot of fun. We had so many crazy finishes this season. All I can remember was the back-to-back battle between Gist and B13 at Pocono and Auto Club. And then, of course, the finish at Darlington this season was absolute nuts between the 43 and the 4 and the 24 and everybody there. Crazy nuts finish at Darlington. Of course, the 500 we had a lot of fun this season, no matter what the field size was. I know we started out the season with 26 to 28 cars, and then we ended off with about 10 to like 12. So it was a fun season. I'm hoping next season gets even better. I'm hoping season 7 gets more people, and we have a lot more fun racing here in the high side. As It was very fun. It was a very fun race, very fun season altogether. I don't know if anybody in here wants to say anything. Of course, thank you to the guys that are in the party. Of course, helps me every week. Got Caleb, who's the lap counter that somehow messes up like 10% of the time. Gives me the wrong lap counts sometimes. And then, every time when I say a joke, he literally laughs in my ear like a 6-year-old kid. Just makes me laugh. Gist, who's also in here, who, he has the right to be in here because he wins all the time. Luckily, I don't have to invite him, so he's always in here. Of course, Colin, aka Highside Hobie, he's always in here helping me out and everything, helping us out. Jet dryer's in here. We always make the joke, don't hit the jet dryer. And 100 Boys usually not in here, but he was in here tonight. So shout out to him as well. Does anybody else in here want to say anything?
I want to say one more thing, actually.
Yeah.
I also too want to shout out. It reminded me, I was thinking about too while you were talking, Alex. I got to shout out the guys too, that run all this. Colin and you, Alex, Marcel, who gives us lap counts every week. But really for letting me come do this too. They didn't have to let me come do this, so I've enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you guys for putting on great racing every week, all the drivers, and all the guys that run the show in itself, and you, Alex, for letting me come be able to do this. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had fun too. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today. A lot of fun throughout the whole season. It's been officially 2.5 seasons. I remember when I first came up in here. It was the All-Star race at Chicagoland, Season 4. Middle of Season 4. I commentated that race with Rick James. Shout out to Rick James. Shout out to Rick James. It was so fun commentating with him 2 times. Hopefully one day we commentate once again. But, yeah, it was so fun when me, him, commentated that race at Chicagoland. It was my first ever race I commentated. And then I commentated all the rest of the races throughout Season 4. Of course, I commentated all of Season 5, except for one race, but that was out of our control because Heat 5 and Twitch kept crashing that night. We didn't get to do the 600 or 600 didn't get finished that night, and then Kentucky was also postponed that night. But that was Season 5, and then this season, very fun. That's going to end our season now. I'm going to end the stream. Okay? Unless anybody in this party has any last words for everybody. Thank you. Okay. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, well, that's going to end it. I think. There's Colin. Yeah, Colin? Hold on. Oh, can we talk after the stream?
After what?
After the
Yes.
stream? I haven't wrapped it up
The
yet.
stream was going on.
Yeah, I've been sitting here asking if anybody had final words in here.
And then you
There's my
piped up.
final word.
Final words in the stream.
We appreciate everything you do. We're ready for season 7, but we're going to take a little hiatus.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you. That's going to be the final words. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for watching season 6. And we'll see you guys, what, a couple of weeks or a month?
We're still
I'd say a
figuring out.
couple weeks.
Couple weeks. I'm Just Cause. That was K Harvick fan. We'll see y'all.